As somebody who has a small warehouse with lots of products coming in and out all the time, you're looking at one of my biggest problems. I've got a large box on the back of my truck. It's about 3 feet from the ground, and I'm in the warehouse all alone with no way to safely get this thing down to the floor. Now, in my 20s, I would have just heaved it and hurt my back getting it all the way down, or maybe even dropped it off the tailgate and dealt with the consequences. But now that I'm 40, I'm thinking a little bit smarter, and I'm trying to do things more safely. So I went out in search of a solution to this problem, how to get heavy objects from off my tailgate down to the floor, or maybe from the floor up to a shelving unit in my warehouse. And I came across this guy. This is the SuperHandy Material Lift Winch Dolly, and today I'm going to show you how it works, tell you about my first thoughts after using it for a couple weeks, and why I think it could be the perfect solution for your garage or warehouse. So to kick things off, let me show you how it works. It's really pretty simple. It works a lot like a regular hand truck. All you do is roll it up to the edge of your tailgate or your shelf or whatever you're lifting off of, crank the winch all the way to your desired level, then put on your foot brake. This is really important so it doesn't run away. Put on your foot brake. Then you can simply scoot your heavy box or piece of equipment onto the dolly, take the brake off, pull back away just a little bit. Then once you reapply the brake, you're ready to go counterclockwise with that winch, and it will lower it all the way to the ground, setting it maybe 3 to 4 inches off the ground, giving clearance for the bottom tines of the dolly. Then all you have to do is gently scoot it off the dolly, pull the dolly away, and you are done and ready to move something else. All right, so now that we know how it works, let's go over the construction of the dolly, look at the finer points, and talk about why this is such a capable and handy machine to have around your shop or garage. First, let's start out with clearances. This at the top has about 43.5 inches of clearance here on the front. I've measured it from the floor, about 43.5, 43.75. So it can go higher than your tailgate by about a foot. You can go up to taller shelves. And of course, it goes all the way down to, let's call it 3.5 inches off the ground. That's from the ground to the top of those bottom tongs or tines there at the bottom of the dolly. So down here at the bottom of the unit, we have 2 strong stabilizing arms that attach with these pins, and you've got 8-inch directional wheels. These are hard wheels, not air-filled wheels, so they're not going to crush, they're not going to deflate. And then on the front, you have 2-inch wheels that can spin in all directions that allow you to maneuver everything safely and smoothly. The lift also has a strong braking system, which you'll want to use whenever you're moving things on or off the lift. All you do is simply step on the right to apply the brake. Now these directional wheels don't go anywhere. And on the little pedal to the left to release that brake. And it's just these simple friction brakes right here on the front that apply themselves to the wheels and are released just as easily. Now, if we take a look at the back of the unit here, you'll see a handle. This is your winch handle. And if you want to, you can pull on this handle and fold it in. If you are storing it or anything like that and don't want that end of the handle hanging out, you can simply fold it in. And this bolt here is a locking mechanism. So if we were to crank it down, you'll see a corresponding hole right here in the dolly, and you can line up that hole with this bolt, simply twist it so that the 2 edges go in the notches. It will extend, and then you've got a way to lock the handle. So if you're placing something really heavy on here, you want to lock out the handle so that it can't simply fall on you, even though I've done several movements without locking it and it seems to stay in place, but this is just a nice safety. When you're done, simply pull it out, twist so that pin stays out, and you can then feel free to crank the dolly. Like I said, you never want to lift while cranking to the left, counterclockwise. You always want to lift cranking clockwise like this, and you'll get that reassuring click. This is not a cable, this is a high tension rope. It has a capacity of 330 pounds, so you can put some really heavy stuff on here. And you'll see these high grade machined kind of tracks, runners that go along the bars here that just make sure everything flows nice and smooth. It's really a great example of a simple pulley machine that does one task really well. It picks things up, puts them down, and I guess you could count that it moves them around in the process, but it's extremely efficient. There's no electric pieces or electrical motors to brake. It's got these really nice handlebar style handles here in the back. They're kind of angled down so that you have full control of the unit while you're moving it around. And overall, the way it works and functions just makes sense. Now, right now I have the flat black diamond plate platform on here. It's just easier to get boxes on and off, but this is removable. If you take out these little pins on the side, you can do it on both sides. This platform simply comes off. So you could operate it like this if you wanted, and you'd simply have two tongs sticking out if that were something you needed, where this space needed to be open for whatever you're transporting. Assembly was also fairly easy. Everything kind of goes together logically, but they do have nice instructions with it. A lot of the top and bottom are put together with these pins that you can simply quick release and insert. So if you need to take these top tines or bottom tines off, you can, but it's really pretty simple. Once you put the wheels on and assemble the brake system, all you have to do is connect the front lifters and you're good to go. And just for demonstration purposes, let's go ahead and crank it up from the floor to its highest position so you can see how much effort and how quickly that can be done. Ready? There you have it. Didn't take much effort at all and really didn't take long at all. I'm guessing that was less than a minute. And so as I've been using this around the warehouse, I've been impressed by the stability and ease of use. Those are two things that I would kind of highlight for this lift, is that anybody could use it. Anybody could be trained to use it in a matter of minutes, use it safely, and it's just easy to maneuver around, even with a heavy piece on there. These large 8-inch wheels, the base, the design, and the materials just make it easy to move things around safely, and it gives you confidence that nothing's going to go wrong. And just to demonstrate how strong and stable this thing is, I'm gonna put the brake on here and I'm gonna set up here because this will handle up to 330 pounds. I only weigh 190 pounds. It shouldn't be a big deal, right? It's a nice chair if you're looking for one in the shop. You can set the platform on here, get going, maybe even take a nap if you want. Okay, it would be a terrible place to take a nap, but you see my point. Handles my weight, no problem at all. I love the fact that I can now move things around my warehouse without worrying about getting hurt and without having to worry or bother anybody else. I've had people follow me to the warehouse or the storage unit just to unload something, but now that I have this here, it's a simple machine that's not going to break. There's no electrical components. It's a simple winch and pulley system and heavy duty frame. That's something you see with all SuperHandy equipment. It's overbuilt for what you're going to use it for. This lifts up to 330 pounds, and when you put something over 200 pounds on it, it lifts it like a feather. So I'm excited to put this to use. I think if you've got a garage, a warehouse, just a small place that you like to move things around, or maybe things that seasonally you like to put away up on a higher shelf, this could be the perfect solution for you. So check it out for yourself. This is the SuperHandy material lift with winch. I think you're really gonna like this one.